Hello everyone, and welcome to Silent History. If you enjoy deep dives into ancient civilizations, lost engineering, and the debates that shape our understanding of the past, make sure to subscribe. Because today's story is controversial, and it's making headlines. An Italian engineer named Alberto Donini from the University of Bologna has recently claimed something extraordinary. According to him, the Great Pyramid of Egypt may be far older than history tells us, much older. Donini released a paper titled Preliminary Report on the Absolute Dating of the Khufu Pyramid using the Relative Erosion Method. It sounds technical, it sounds scientific. But there's a problem. This method is not recognized by archaeology, it's not accepted in geology, and until now it has never been peer-reviewed. In fact, no one else has ever used it, because the method itself was invented by Donini. He calls it the Relative Erosion Method, and he applies it to the most famous monument on Earth, the Great Pyramid of Giza. For decades, multiple independent dating techniques have placed the pyramid at around 400–600 years old. Radiocarbon dating, organic material in mortar, archaeological context, historical records. This consensus isn't random, it's built on layers of evidence. Yes, some people believe the pyramid is much older, but until now there has been no solid data to support that belief. Donini claims he has found it. His idea is simple on the surface. He studies erosion. Some casing stones once covered parts of the pyramid's base, others were always exposed. We know the casing stones were removed around 675 years ago. So Donini compares erosion between surfaces that were protected for millennia and surfaces exposed the entire time. He assumes one thing, that erosion happens at a constant rate. If that were true, the ratio between the two surfaces could be used to calculate age. That assumption is the foundation of his work, and it's also the problem. In his paper, Donini lists different erosion forces: wind, water, temperature change, salt growth, chemical reactions, human activity. He studies pitting, small cavities in limestone. He studies smooth erosion, layered wear. All of this sounds thorough, but erosion is not a clock. Donini takes measurements from pavement stones around the pyramid. Some areas were covered until medieval times, others were exposed since construction. He repeats this process 12 times around the monument. Then comes the math. If one surface shows a certain volume of erosion over 675 years and another shows much more erosion, he scales it back in time. One calculation gives a date around 300–600 BC, but others don't. When he averages all results, the range becomes extreme. According to his paper, the Great Pyramid could date anywhere between 800–900 BC and 3600–800 BC, with an average around 22,000 BC. That margin alone should raise alarms. At this point, we need to slow down, because erosion does not behave this way. Erosion is not linear, especially not at Giza. Over the last 30,000 years, the climate of North Africa has changed dramatically. There were wet periods, dry periods, monsoon-like rains, extreme aridity. The African humid period turned deserts into grasslands. Nothing about this environment has ever been stable. Rainfall varied, storms came and went, sandstorms increased and decreased, acidity and rainfall changed, erosion speeds up, then slows down, then changes direction entirely. There is no constant rate. When the pyramid still had smooth casing stones, rainwater flowed straight down its sides, concentrating erosion at the base. Once the casing was removed, that effect stopped, and for the last 675 years, Giza has been far drier than during dynastic times. This alone destroys the linear assumption. Donini even admits this in his own paper. He openly states that wetter ancient climates may cause massive overestimation of age. So the question becomes simple. If you know the method is flawed, why continue? There's more. After the casing stones were removed, much of the pavement was buried under sand for centuries. Sand protects stone, it reduces erosion. Donini acknowledges this too. Limestone itself is not uniform. One block can erode faster than another. Even different sections of the same block can behave differently. Weathering before construction matters. Chemical composition matters. Porosity matters. None of this is controlled. There is no geological analysis, no petrographic testing, no erosion calibration, just assumptions. Too many assumptions. Donini lists them himself. Nearly 10 major ones, each one weakens the method. Together they collapse it. The conclusion is unavoidable. The date range he presents has no scientific foundation. It tells us nothing about when the Great Pyramid was built. This doesn't mean questioning history is wrong. It means extraordinary claims require extraordinary rigor, and that rigor begins with peer review. If Donini truly believes in his method, the solution is simple. Submit the paper, let experts examine it, let the data be tested. If it holds up, history will change. If not, it will fade. That's how science works. Thank you for watching Silent History. If you found this analysis valuable, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Because history is silent, but evidence speaks.